Jamie.
Hello, my name's Tony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ego has landed as the Fash Files open their dossier. Tony Charles.
He'll shoot from the hip.
I have a tendency to say exactly what's on my mind.
Fabian does come across as antisocial.
I guess I should think before I speak.
Tom might not be coming because he's got herpes.
Sometimes it doesn't always go to plan.
Here's Tony Charles.
I would say that Tony resembles
I'll compare myself to Sick Note Darren Anderson. We both had the same injuries with our groins.
Tony winged his way into the team at the start of the season, but fell out with the gaffer and out of the team. But he's still smiling.
The last 3 or 4 months on Fash FC have just been fantastic.
he wanted to play football on television. He wanted to play football with better footballers.
Sunday, Wednesday, that's business.
But also at the same time, he wanted a bit of entertainment as well.
I'm here for the social. I'm here to party. I do consider myself a practical joker. I've never signed autographs because my handwriting looks like a 4-year-old done it. Have I ever pulled a bird convincing her I was leaf and blue? I'd be lying if I said no.
When he's not busy partying, Tony has an important role at Fash FC. And I don't mean keeping Jason company on the bench.
I feel privileged that John Fashanu, ex-England international, has asked me to coach his team.
Can I have you all find a space in the centre circle?
Tony is a very good trainer.
I've got to take it as a compliment. It is an honour.
I gave him a little bit more yardstick, a little bit more slack, and he hung himself.
We've just beaten the league champions convincingly. And then our next game was a cup game and the gaffer changed the team quite dramatically. I took it upon myself to speak up.
I speak for everyone when we say we want to go into the New Year break, still in the cup. So how come you've changed the team?
You're speaking for everyone, are you?
I'm speaking for myself.
When did you elect
I'm
yourself
speaking
to
for
speak
myself.
for everyone? You speak for yourself.
How come you're changing the team so dramatically after annihilating, not beating, annihilating the league champions?
When I spoke out, I think the gaffer was a bit shocked.
Well, that's the last person I expected to hear that from.
He thought he was a bit out of character.
I confronted Tony and said to Tony, I hear what you're saying.
Gaffer, you're not answering my question.
That's not good enough for me.
He had the balls of a mountain goat that particular evening.
But in hindsight, he's the gaffer. I've got to go along with what he says, full stop.
And it's that conciliatory attitude that brought Tony back into one of Fash's special places.
Can I bring you back into the cabinet?
When the gaffer asked me if he can bring me back into his cabinet, he was talking about a member of his staff.
We call it the cabinet. We're separate from the players and we're separate from the supporters.
And I guess he's looking at me to be like player coach, which I'm more than happy to do.
Does he want to swim the wrong way down the tide? Swim with us, Tony. Don't swim the wrong way, because you will drown.
A gaffer that wilted under the whale of Tony's wicked words as he stirred up trouble at the Halloween party.
Fabian's turned up with his lady and just sat in a corner all night, which is a little bit antisocial, one might think. I don't know why he thinks that way. Who knows, maybe it's because it's Colombian.
I said what I said about Fabian at the Halloween party because I say what I see.
Why didn't you say that to my face instead of saying in the camera? Why didn't you come and say, Fabian, what's wrong with you? Why don't you argue with the guy? Did you know what's having problem with my girlfriend? Did you know?
No.
You did. So you didn't give a. So you just went behind my back.
I wouldn't say I didn't give. I wouldn't even address the situation.
It wasn't a case of me talking behind his back because I said it on national TV.
But the spat with Fabian was nothing compared to the bust-ups with ex-player Tom Rovery.
Person I would nominate would be Tom. I feel that on the pitch he's weak. I feel off the pitch he's weak.
If it wasn't for me, no one would have even known who Tom was. I gave him a chance.
Tom doesn't come out in the team socials all the time. Paintball, he didn't turn up because the paintballs are going to hurt him. Hypnosis, he didn't want the hypnotist to mess with his brain. And then at the end of the show, we saw him cry. I think cut out for men's football.
If I wouldn't have said my controversial things about Tom, people would have said, who? Which they still generally do now anyway.
But Tom was just as acidic when describing Tony's football skills.
Well, I'm not being funny, he's played 3 or 4 games at left wing and he's been
I'm not going to kid myself, I'm not the greatest player in the world. I'll play a few games, I'll miss a few games. It's the way it goes. A lot of people applied for this, only a few got in. I got in, and I'm proud. I feel proud to be in Fash FC.